Hi guys, this is Naomi Katarski, and today I want to teach a class about how to pray with a child. Praying with a child is not as hard as some people make it to be. It is just going to God for the things children go through in a way that children understand. As we go further into this class, I'll be giving 3 steps on how to pray with a child. Step 1 is explaining to the child what prayer is. It may come as a surprise, but not all children come into children's church knowing how to pray or what prayer even is. Before you pray, you want to explain to the child that prayer is just talking to God as you would talk to a friend. It is telling God the good and the bad, and being able to just build a relationship with God, build a friendship with God. He wants to know the child, and you want to explain that to them. You also want to explain that prayer is important. A lot of people just create prayer as a routine. They say, pray before you eat, pray before you go to bed, pray in the morning. But prayer can be done at anywhere and at any time. So we want to let the child know that they can pray no matter where they are and no matter what they're going through. No prayer is too big and no prayer is too small. You also want to explain to them how to pray and what to say. One prayer that a lot of people avoid is the prayer about tough situations. We want to think that everybody's lives are important and that they're living great lives and not going through anything hard because they're children, and I understand that. But we have to remember what it was like for us when we were children, or for the friend that we had that had a hard time growing up, because that could be some of the kids' realities, and we have to acknowledge that. Our prayers have to be relatable for the child with the happiest life and the one for the child that's in the toughest situation. One prayer that we always want to pray is the one for salvation. Everybody needs God in their life. No matter if they're 2 years old or 92 years old, everybody's going to have to come to a point where they accept Christ as their Lord and Savior. So we want to explain what this means to the children and give them an opportunity to find Christ. We want to make sure that we tell them what sin is. Sin is the bad things that you do, and everybody does them. And we want to explain that Jesus came and died on the cross to save us from the bad things that we do, so we can live close to Him, because when we do the bad things, we move far from Him. So we want to explain this to the child. And we want to tell them that if they believe that Jesus came and died on the cross for them, then they're ready to accept Him into their hearts if that's what they would like, and be able to pray for forgiveness with them, remind them that Jesus died on the cross for them, and then ask Jesus into their heart in that prayer. We also want to give them opportunities to pray for their personal things. Like I said before, not all children are living the best lives that we want them to live. And so we have to be open to pray for anything and everything. Let them know that no prayer is too big and no prayer is too small. Our God can do the impossible even inside of a child's life. Another thing that I think people forget a lot of times when praying with children is to make it fun. Like, bow your head, close your eyes. That's quick and that's fast, but it's not showing them that prayer can be done in multiple ways. So I've set up a few things that we can do to make prayer more fun in a creative way. You can pray in song. You guys remember, like, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Watch me as I run and play. Keep me safe by night and day. So you can come up with songs like that, or you can make your own songs according to whatever lesson you're teaching that day. Another way that you can make prayer creative is by putting moves to the words. If you're asking Jesus to come into your heart, bring your hands up, put it on your heart. You got motions, and you can do that for the mind, the eyes, anything that you have. Just make it fun. And the last way that I've put down for making prayer creative is going on a walk. You know, when the weather is nice, you can go outside, take the children out and let them look at the nature, and then ask them what they're thankful for. Be like, are you thankful for the breeze? Are you thankful for the sun? And then let them pray for that specifically. And point number 3, we want to give you guys tips on how to deal with the tough stuff. Okay, so like I said, it's hard hearing prayer requests about neglect or abuse, anything like that. But as adults, it is our job to be able to make the altar a safe place and build trust with the children and be able to handle these situations in an orderly fashion. We want to be able to let the child know that what they're praying for is an okay request and not freak out. That is the number one rule. Do not freak out, whatever you do. You want to listen to the child and then pray for that request. But then you want to do your job as a mandated reporter and let the child know that if they've said something that includes harming themselves, harming somebody else, or somebody doing something to them, you have to go and tell people that can help them in order to keep them safe. You know, it might be hard, but no matter what, do not feel guilty and do not back down, because in the end, the child's safety is what's important. After the child has been prayed for, you want to make sure that you go to the head of the ministry and let them know about the request of the child to find out what the next thing in the protocol would be. And then you want to make sure you follow through with that protocol. You want to make sure that you report to the right person and do everything that is necessary to make sure the child's situation is taken care of in the best fashion. Everybody's protocol is different, so I cannot personally tell you what you're going to probably be expected to do, but I know that whatever it is, it's going to be for the best of the child. The last thing is for you, because I know it's hard, you know? Telling on somebody, feeling like you cut the trust, anything like that. It's hard for you. But I just want to encourage you guys to continue praying and remember that you did the right thing, you know? You're doing the best thing that you can for that child. And that's all you can really do. So keep praying about the situation and remember to keep confidentiality, because things spread in the church and we don't want anybody's situation to get worse because of our decision to go and vent to somebody else. That thing is confidential. It has been told to the people that need to hear it, and that's where it needs to stop. But you can continue praying for that and reassuring yourself that you've done the right thing. So to conclude this video, I just want to do an overview of what we learned. 1, we learned that children do not always come in knowing how to pray. So we need to make sure that we explain prayer and the importance of prayer before we go into prayer. The next thing, we always want to pray for salvation. We always know that somebody may or may not need to ask Jesus into their heart. Everybody's going to have to come to that point in some time of their life. Why not let it be today? Another thing that we need to do is be prepared to pray for anything, even the tough situations. And when tough situations come about, we need to make sure that as mandated reporters, we go and report the thing while keeping the trust of the child and keeping confidentiality. Everybody's in need of prayer. Everybody's human and everybody goes through things in life. We have to always remember that and make sure that we're catering to all of our audiences. Keep things simple and keep things real. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.